I'm WSA 9 meteorologist Topper Shutt. Well, here's an update on our possible nor'easter. And if you sit back and just look at this setup, you'd think, how can this miss in terms of a big snow? Well, this is midnight on Saturday, late Friday night. Some snow in the metro. There's the storm taking shape off the North Carolina coast. By the time we get to 6 a.m., the heaviest bands of snow are well east of town. In fact, well east of I-95, but they're working their way up into southern New England. Storm is still not quite past our parallel. By noon on Saturday, still some snow east of 95, big-time snows along the coast, and the storm is now essentially off the Delmarva coast, but pretty far off. And then by 6 p.m. on Saturday, we are looking at just some light snow, Delmarva. We're done with our flurries by early afternoon, in some cases late morning. And then behind the storm, just some kind of winds, because it's going to end up being a very, very strong storm in terms of pressure. So, the models, Team Euro, Team USA. Pretty similar, 1 to 3 around the district. I like that, and heavier amounts up to a foot or more along the coast. That's not crazy because the storm is going to be so strong. The Team USA says, a little bit around D.C., maybe nothing north of town. Heaviest amounts, yes, will be east of town, but not nearly as heavy as the Euro. Timing-wise, pretty similar. I think snow will break out between 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. in the metro. And when it first snows, it has nothing to do with that coastal storm. It's coming from the west. So here's numerical output of this. This is the GFS. So an inch of snow by 11 o'clock on Friday. Notice a tenth of an inch in Frederick, not much to the north. By 6 p.m. on Saturday, we end up with an inch or so in D.C., maybe 2 in La Plata, maybe 3 down to southern Maryland across the bay, maybe 5 or 6 inches along the coastline. So that's the GFS, the American model, which, by the way, has been performing very well since last winter. It's been upgraded. Okay, European model says, by 5 o'clock on Friday, a little bit of snow north and west. By morning, maybe an inch, kind of as a general inch and a half across the metro. But, again, heavier amounts, 2-3 inches already across the Delmarva. That's at 6 a.m. Watch what happens. Take this to 7 p.m. now. 10 inches in Salisbury, 13 in Georgetown, 6 in Cambridge. We squeeze out another 4/10. So this is... they're similar, but the devil's in the details as to just how much it's going to hammer the coast, our coast, the Delmarva. Now, what's interesting, here's the snowfall. So NAM says 4 inches now. They said 0 throughout most of Wednesday. 1.3 for the GFS, 1.7 for the European. All right, let's look at another model. This is the North American model. By 6 p.m. Friday, a little bit of snow south, tenths of an inch, all right. By midnight, maybe an inch in D.C., 1.6 in La Plata, very little to the north once again. And then by 6 a.m., now we're seeing some of the bands move back to the west and northwest. 2 inches in D.C., 3 inches in Cambridge, 3 inches down toward Patuxent River into southern Maryland. We'll take you now to noon. Now we got almost 4 in D.C., 5, 6 in La Plata. Oh, look at this, 9, 10 already in Salisbury by noon on Saturday. The NAM has a storm still below our parallel. So, take you into 6 p.m. 4.4 in D.C., 7 in La Plata, 18 Salisbury, 17 in Georgetown. This is looking more like the European model now, and this is the North American model. So here's what the takeaways are. The timing of the snow is pretty similar. It'll be light, late afternoon, in the evening. It will pick up a little bit when you're sleeping, and will move out during the day, probably during the morning hours on Saturday. But we are looking at a very tight gradient of some snow and a lot of snow. So right now we're going to just hold off on our snow maps. Be advised, anytime you got a nor'easter and you got Arctic air, we'll keep a close eye on it.